Okay, welcome back to Machariel Rome Part 10. Or was it Part 11? I actually forgot. I can't believe that I already made over 10 Machariel PvP videos. It's just so much fun to fly this ship. The Machariel honestly became one of the most fun to fly battleships in the game. At least for me. Especially after the Barrage implant, although I already had a lot of fun with this ship even before the Barrage implant. I started to fly the Machariel as my primary PvP battleship right before the implants were released. I think it was a month or two before the implants were released. Now I haven't changed the build on this ship, it's still the tier 4 rigged Machariel with full on DPS build. I'm working towards getting A-type weapons for this thing to make it even more lethal. Well then, with that being said, I think it will be time to undock and let's go to the first target for today. So, waiting for the fleet command. Nice little Machariel fleet. The Machariel, just like the Cinnabal, works really well if you fly them in a fleet. They're fast, they're very quick ships, they have really nice DPS, they warp fast, the Machariel is basically a oversized cruiser. And that's one of the things and aspects that I really like about this ship. Well then, we are very nicely aligned over here.
Warp drive active.
Although my Machariel is a little bit slow. My friend's Machariel is the fastest Machariel that I know in the game. That thing warps faster than a drum. So it's not a big surprise that they warp a lot faster than my ship.
Autopilot
A very
disabled.
skilled player, by the way. And our target is this rock. Okay, now let me slowly approach. Barrage implant engaged. Rock is now losing shield. Now the rock is into armor. And the rock has been destroyed. That was a very nice catch. The rock wasn't aligned, or we had a stratostacle. I actually
We're under attack.
didn't pay
Warp
attention
drive
to
active.
other ships on the grid, but I think that the rock wasn't aligned. That's why we didn't use a stratostacle to catch the ship. Oh look! A Venture just chilling in this belt while a Machariel just warped. And the Venture will see something very funny in a moment. The Machariel will cloak. So that player just witnessed a pirate warp on them and they just witnessed a Machariel cloak. Two very rare things to happen. 2.4 billion. Sniper rock, okay. Full sniper rock. Oh, that's actually solid loot over there. And no stabs. Well, that's very rare to find nowadays. Usually all ships are actually very stabbed. Okay. Waiting for the fleet command. We already have another target.
Fleet warp.
And looks like we are in warp. The target is... oh, okay. Their warping is very close to the station.
Warp drive active.
Our target is one Abaddon. The Abaddon is known to be super tanky, so this might be a longer fight. Or no, or perhaps not. I mean, two Barrage Machariels, that's around 30,000 DPS right here. And the Abaddon has been yeeted. That was a very nice
We're under
catch.
attack.
The Abaddon was a sniper Abaddon. The Abaddon actually has a very nice clear time for missions. It's actually a very solid ship.
We're
Warp
under
drive
I will
attack.
have to show you a couple builds for the Abaddon very soon. Okay, hopefully the Venture pallet will not be at that belt. When I warped last time, they were there totally by accident and totally by random. I warped on that ship. I don't go and I don't hunt miners. Mining ships are not that fun to shoot. Let's take a look at the Abaddon kill, 2.6 billion. Not bad, sniper Abaddon. Very, well, a very weird build because of the stab, only one aura stab and one warp core optimizer. But this Abaddon was a sniper. Interesting. Okay, let me find the warp in to the
Warp
to the
drive
mission.
active.
Okay. Typhoon 2 is tackled. Let's warp in. Approach at 16 kilometers. There is the Typhoon 2. Barrage enabled. Gyro stabilizers
We're under attack.
are not enabled. Now they are. There goes the shield. There goes the
Enemy
armor,
ships
and
detected.
there goes the Typhoon. Okay, let me check the wreck and then I can warp out. Will be funny if I get scrambled by the pirate ships, so that I have to slowly approach the wreck. Not bad loot. We got some C-types. Now let's warp out to the asteroid group or belt, and then we can cloak, because this is a Black Ops.
We're
know-
Warp
under
drive
attack.
active.
When Black Ops ships actually arrive in the game, it will be so funny because they actually would work almost like almost like this Machariel. They'll be just a lot faster, so we don't have to worry about the speed with the cloaking device. And I have cloaked. Let's take a look at the kill. 2.2 billion, not bad. A cheap build on the Typhoon, but that's okay. Rapid missiles were C-types, so I'm not going to complain. Now, do you remember that Venture palette that I did show you before? Well, this is actually a PvP Venture. They have the asteroid webbed. They are doing some player versus rock, something that I've done a long time ago. And I don't see any mining laser effects, so this venture is a battle venture. Very nice. I'm always happy to see a battle venture, and they already have the drones out, so that's a very interesting tactic. I kind of want to go and engage the mining ship now, but I'm still cloaked and I don't want to go after a frigate with a battleship. That's a little bit of a overkill, even for that ship. Now, what do we have here? Well, looks like I'm already in warp. We have a Typhoon and we have one Caracal Navy. Both of them are
Warp
inside of
drive
the mission.
active.
And by the looks of it, they were baiting. So, well, let's surprise them with a nice, big, tasty angel ship. I adjusted my approach to 22 kilometers just in case this is a log-off trap. Primary target will be the Typhoon, secondary will be the Caracal. Barrage offline for now because I'm at 30 kilometers. Let's approach first. Once within range, I will turn on the barrage implant. Okay, now I am in range. Barrage implant active. Typhoon lost shield. Now the Typhoon is in armor. Okay. Barrage implant depleted. Just in time to destroy the Typhoon, and well, looks like the Caracal Navy took only one hit, and the Caracal Navy has also been destroyed.
We're under attack.
Well, that was a double kill. Did not expect to get both ships, but I did. Let me lock on the racks just so that I can easily approach them. Let's loot the Typhoon. Faction drones, okay. Faction large drones. That was a very nice loot drop. Okay. That's nice. Now I will go loot the Caracal Navy wreck and then I will warp out. Okay, looted and warping out. That was a very nice catch. Very nice catch indeed. Did not expect to get faction drones. I actually did not even pay attention to the drones that were deployed on the grid. Had no idea that
Warp drive active.
they were faction drones. I was more focused at locking on the Typhoon first. And the Caracal, of course. But a pleasant surprise to find faction drones. 783 million loot from that one Typhoon. The Typhoon has most of the loot value there because of the faction drones. And the asteroid belt vanished right in front of my nose. Well, okay, that will help with staying hidden for the 10-minute timer that I will have. Okay, let's take a look at the Caracal. So the Caracal was apparently the tackle ship with dual scramblers. Okay. And the Typhoon was the DPS 1.5 billion, triple shield booster, and triple capacitor, and triple Nosferatus with faction drones. Well, the best loot did drop, so I'm not going to complain about that. About that kill, that was actually really nice. Okay, warping towards the next location. Looks like the optimal warping will be from the planet, and we already have one Machariel just chilling on the planet. Okay. Second Machariel has arrived. I will align myself to be ready to quickly go into warp when the fleet command goes through. You know, our ships have really nice nanocores. I just noticed how the Deathwish nanocore looks really nice. There's a chance that I will try to go and obtain one, although I'm not really sure that that will happen anytime soon. I don't have enough ISK to even think about getting a Death Wish Core, but who knows, perhaps I get lucky. Although honestly that doesn't happen that often. Although I'm very happy with the current Core, and I'm actually very happy with this Machariel. Would be nice if I had the Death Wish Core, but is it really necessary? I don't know. Triple Scramblers already do the job. Now we're waiting for the Raven to actually turn around because it looks like they are aligned. And since we don't have a Stratios tackle to tackle, we have to do the tackle the old school way. Now it looks like the Raven did warp out, so we did
Warp drive
wait
active.
for a little bit, and eventually they did return. There was also a Ashimo in system, but the Ashimo vanished when we popped in, so the Raven is going to be the primary target. And there is the Raven. They are not aligned, they just landed. We have been watching closely what they were doing.
Enemy ships detected.
Okay, scrambled. Barrage and gyro stabilizers
We're
have been
under
enabled.
attack.
Well,
under attack.
the Raven got deleted, or should I say the Raven got yeeted. Yeah, I think
We're
yeeted
attack.
is actually more accurate here. That was quick.
Warp drive
The
active.
Raven actually went down surprisingly fast. Usually they last a little bit longer than this, which makes me curious about the build of the Raven. It better not be a armor tank Raven. That's going to be a landing on my cursed list very quickly. Very quickly. Okay, and let's vanish with cloak. Okay. Okay, not a bad build. Not a bad build. I actually expected to see a armor tank Raven, but this build is actually... Oh, hold a second. Rapid missiles combined with
Fleet.
large missiles. I don't understand that one. But okay, let's go to the next target.
Warp drive active.
We have another Raven. Looks like today is Raven season. Sometimes it's Dominix season, sometimes Prophecy season. Today is Raven season. Second Raven of the day, scrambled, webbed. Now this one appears to be a little bit more tanky, and they made me the primary target, of course. And the Raven has been yeeted as well. Let's warp out. The damage control
Warp drive
didn't even
active.
finish the full cycle, and the Raven was destroyed. Okay, let me turn around the ship for a second, and let's cloak. The only the only Black Ops Machariel in service. I honestly expect to see a lot more Machariels with cloak. Okay, let's take a look at the kill. 673 million rapid missiles. Well, not bad. This is a solid build. This is a... That was a solid build. Now, I did try to use the Machariel in null, basically in the same good old-fashioned way that I used the Balgorn, and I have to say the Balgorn does work a lot better for this job. Now our target here is a Apocalypse Striker, so for the Apocalypse Striker, because they can be quite scary, I will maintain a orbit around the ship. Now this is not my Machariel, I did borrow this Machariel from a friend, and the ships, this Machariel and my Machariel, are actually built very similarly, and they have very similar DPS. So the shield of the Apocalypse Striker has been removed. Now the Apocalypse Striker is into armor. Now they have locked me on, although they are not shooting, so they might have the bubble pallet as the primary target, although I don't see the lasers working. Well, in any case, the Apocalypse Striker is going down, and the Apocalypse Striker has been destroyed. Let's take a look at the loot. Now for null I actually prefer to have more tank, but since this is not my ship, I really don't have permission to change the build, so I have to use the ship as it is. I also hope that I don't crash. This Machariel would be a very expensive repair. 3 billion. That's a very weird build indeed. Why 6 inertia on the Apocalypse in null? That's not going to end well if you end up in a gate camp, and this is a sniper Apocalypse. Interesting. So we have one hound coming in. Okay. You can see the incoming ships on the little window on the left on my alt account that I use to scout for the incoming ships. The bomber is the first ship that came in. Let's quickly go after the bomber. I have to web and scramble the bomber to improve the tracking, or should I say to actually hit the target, because the bombers are very small ships. It can be quite difficult to hit. Okay, let's take a look at the loot. Not bad. A tackle bomber by the looks of the content in the wreck. Okay, seems like no more incoming ships on this side. Oh, what is this? Dominix just popped in out of nowhere. Well, that's interesting. And it looks like the bomber and the Dominix were from the same corp, so I think the hound was the tackle for the Dominix. This might be fun, we will see what will happen. Barrage implant is ready. There's Dominix, let's focus fire and approach. Okay, this one looks like a tanky Dominix. A lot of shield. Well, was a lot of shield, now the shield is gone. And the Dominix was destroyed as well. Well, not really sure what happened here, but okay. Let's take a look at the wreck and then I will show you the build of the Dominix. Rapid missiles, C-types, a lot of drones, very interesting. Well, I'm definitely not going to be running out of drones anytime soon. The Hound, okay, let's start with this one first. A tackle bomber, okay. And this is a DPS Dominix with triple neutralizers. Well, very interesting. Well, that was not bad. That's actually pretty solid. Although not really sure what happened here. Now the next incoming target is a Cyclone. Waiting for them to jump through the gate. One thing that the Machariel works better in a camp than one thing that the Machariel does better than the Balgorn in the camp is the tackle speed. This thing is quick, so you don't have to worry about targets running away out of the bubble or towards the bubble. If you approach them on time, they are not going to go anywhere. Although I got a little bit stuck on the gate here, but that doesn't matter. The Cyclone got destroyed pretty quickly. Okay, let's take a look at the wreck. For a camp, I actually still prefer the Balgorn. It's a lot more tanky, and overall the Balgorn does work really well for that job. It's slow, but you don't really need a lot of speed. Sometimes you actually do need a lot of speed if the target is starting to move around very quickly. 148 million, not bad. Not bad build, and loot is okay, I guess. Not going to complain about the loot. Any loot is good loot. Next target, we have a Myrmidon that just warped in. Let's quickly go and engage the Myrmidon. Barrage implant enabled. Gyro stabilizers also enabled. And there goes the Myrmidon. That was quick. Now let's go and loot the wreck. Well, that's a lot of stuff inside of the... in the ship. 154 million. Not bad. Again, a lot of loot inside of that ship. Next target we have one tornado. 44 kilometers away from me. Let's turn off the barraging plant because of the range. We'll turn on barrage once the tornado is a little bit closer. And the tornado has been destroyed. Well, next target warping in, we have a Vexor trainer. Well, this Vexor just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Right inside of my optimal range. And the Vexor has been destroyed as well. Well, that Vexor was very unlucky. Really at the wrong place at the wrong time. And I just realized I have been playing without audio. I was wondering where the audio went. It was turned off. Oh well. Now it's turned on. Let me quickly loot all of these wrecks and then I can return to the gate. Well, I got some drones. I'm not going to say no to drones, always useful. Let's take a look at the tornado kill. 199 million. Although it looks like some slots were missing on that ship. And an 8.5 million Vexor trainer. Well, not bad.
Fleet orbit.
Okay, we are waiting for the fleet warp. Someone is about to have a very bad day. 3 Barrage Machariels. That's going to be fun. I have aligned because my Machariel is the slowest. Okay, well, looks like the target has warped out. Well, looks like they have a scanner, so they have seen...
Warp drive active.
They have perhaps seen 3 Machariels just chilling at the planet, or perhaps they have sixth sense and... and they decided to warp out. Anything is possible. Machariel fleet chilling at another planet for a better warp-in. Unfortunately, not a good screenshot right there. Now, after waiting for a couple minutes, the target actually returned, but we were waiting inside of the mission. And well, this apocalypse is about to have a very bad day. Scrambled, barrage enabled, and there goes the apocalypse, and there goes the whole ship. Let's warp out. My barrage didn't even finish the full cycle, they're left at 28.
Warp drive active.
For a second I thought that I warped at the gate. I should pick my warp out points a lot more careful. Sometimes I warp towards the direction of of the gate, and yeah, that gives me unnecessary anxiety. I already lost, like, I think throughout my career in the game I lost like 3 or 4 ships to gate guns. Okay, let's take a look at the kill. 1.3 billion, not bad, pretty solid. And they had a scanner, although not a red scanner but a blue one, integrated Apocalypse as well. Well, that was a very satisfying kill. Okay, next target we have one Dominix. Now this Dominix is lurking around inside of the mission,
Warp drive
100
active.
kilometers from the gate. And they did look like they were aligned, so chance I missed the target, chance I catch the target. It's a 50-50 chance at the moment. Okay, let's go and warp to the Dominix. I usually scan the target, scout the target, and then I pick the optimal ship for the
Warp
job.
drive active.
Although perhaps I will go and buy multiple battleships, strikers, normal ships, probably not faction ships, but we will see. Depends on what I need. There is the Dominix. They were aligned, but they were not moving, and that's going to be a big mistake, because that gives me enough time to tackle and gives me enough time to yeet the Dominix. And obviously it worked. That's a lot of drones.
We're under attack.
Warp drive active.
This time I have no clocking device, so I will have to wait out the timer the old school way. 863 million. Okay, full DPS build. Unfortunately did not get the nest for drone damage amplifier. Would be a very nice loot drop if I were to get that module, but oh well, it happens. Not going to complain about that. Was really solid. Okay, next target we have one Apocalypse. Changed the build back to the solo Machariel build that I
Warp
use.
drive active.
The Apocalypse is at 100 from the gate.
Warp drive active.
And now warping to the target. Barrage implant already enabled. Approach set at 0. Well, I already said this before, but hello there, right next to the apocalypse. Scrambled, webbed, there goes the shield, there goes the armor, and there goes the hull. That was a very nice and satisfying, kill. Okay, let's warp out. And of course, since I don't have the clocking device installed,
We're under attack.
I will have to wait out the criminal timer the classic old school
Warp
way.
drive active.
Which is a little bit, you know, problematic if you have very bad internet. Now this was a armor tank apocalypse, and for some reason it went down really quickly. Not really sure how that happens, but it happens. So yeah. Let's align and let's wait out the timer. Okay, we have one Raven. They're currently inside of the mission. We are waiting for the fleet warp. Battleships are usually not solo ships, although the Machariel can do it, because it's basically like a oversized cruiser. Although it still has some drawbacks, because in the end it is a battleship. So while it can do stuff that cruisers do, it's limited to
Fleet.
it's limited with some other things. Okay.
Warp
We
drive
are
active.
warping, and of course I'm the last one that warps. My Machariel is the slowest Machariel here, although the DPS is still really good. There is the Raven. The shield of that Raven is going down super fast. Well, the armor of the Raven is using. The ship is destroyed. That was quick. Now that makes me very suspicious about the build of that Raven. I know I said this on the previous Raven, but this might actually be a armor tank Raven. I just have that feeling that it might be a armor
Warp
tank
drive
Raven.
active.
I guess we will find out very soon. Okay, I have landed at the belt. Now let me turn around and cloak to wait out the timer. $327 million. And yes, the armor tank Raven. A very weird one at that. Well, this one will probably land in the cursed build video that I usually do every 1 or 2 weeks. Okay, that was a very lovely Machariel roam. And again, this thing is just too much fun. The Machariel is hilariously fun. So if you want a battleship that does feel like a cruiser, that has ridiculously high DPS, and that can work both solo and in a fleet, then the Machariel is definitely the ship that you should try out. So far, I really enjoy flying this thing. So with that being said, hope that you enjoyed, stay safe, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.